아가페 친구여러분, 오늘 우리 사순절 묵상 감사 노트 같이 하겠습니다. 오늘 말씀은요, Luke chapter 18 verse 13이요. Luke chapter 18 verse 13. 다 같이 read together 하겠습니다. But the tax collector stood at a distance and dared not even lift his eyes to heaven as he prayed. Instead, he beat his chest in sorrow, saying, "O God, be merciful to me, for I am a sinner." 아멘. 오늘 우리 무기 크리스천을 보고 나눌게요.
Jesus told many stories to his disciples and others who listened to him. We can get to know God and learn a lot about how God and Jesus want us to live through these stories. Once, Jesus told this story. Two men went up to the temple to pray. One was a Pharisee and the other was a tax collector. These are not everyday words we use today, but a Pharisee was, in a way, an important person at that time who knew a lot about God and was very careful to keep all the laws God had given them. A tax collector was completely different. He was the man who got people to pay money to the king, and sometimes he cheated people, making them give more money than was right. Therefore, no one liked tax collectors. Both of them went to the temple to pray to God. The Pharisee stood up and prayed like this: God, I thank you that I am not like other men, cheating, being unjust, breaking up marriages, or even being like the tax collector over there. I fast twice a week and give 1/10 of everything I earn. It may not be so easy to understand everything Jesus said here, but the Pharisee, the rather smart-looking guy, thanked God because he thought he was better than all the others. He thought he was an amazing guy and just talked about how good he was. But the tax collector stood far off and would not even raise his eyes to heaven because he felt so bad. He prayed, God, have mercy on me, a sinner. He almost thought that he was so bad that he didn't deserve to talk to God. He just prayed that God would be merciful to him. To ask for grace is to ask for help when you feel quite helpless. Many people probably thought that the Pharisee was a much better person than the tax collector. He lived a good life and did everything right. But at the end of the story, Jesus says, I tell you, the tax collector went down to his house justified rather than the other. For everyone who exalts himself will be humbled, and he who humbles himself will be exalted. So what Jesus is saying here is that God is not impressed or happy with people who look down on other people, but a person who does not boast about himself, but rather thinks well of others, will be blessed by God. By what Jesus told us here, we can understand how God wants us to be. And then we can live so that God is really pleased with us.
자, 여러분, 무기를 다 봤죠? 오늘도 think about who you are grateful. Think of a special situation or a place that was memorable. And think of something that makes you laugh. 하나둘이 five confession of gratitude 같이 나누겠습니다. 전도사님은요, 전도사님 싸우는 거 너무 안 좋아서 여러분들 보라고 그렇게 썼어요, 오늘은. Number 1. My son's Sunday school has 기자님. 전도사님은 오늘 우리 아들 Sunday school 부장기사님 한테 너무 감사했습니다. 너무 관심 가져주시고 잘 지내나 체크해주시고 이런 마음이 너무 감사했어요. Number 2. It's windy, but sunshine weather. 오늘 windy, 근데 too much windy in the morning에. 근데, sunshine, 굉장히 good tasty of snack. 저는 오늘 교회 고구마 스윗 포테이토를 좀 싸웠는데 맛있더라고요. 그래서, 감사했습니다. Number 4, wake up early and have a prayer time. 오늘 전도사님이 5 in the morning에 일어났어요. 찬양 들으면서 기도했는데 그게 너무 감사한 시간이었어요. Number 5, 전도사님이 오늘도 하나님 안에 있을 수 있다는 거. I can stay in God's Father 할 수 있다는 게 너무 감사했습니다. 자, 여러분들 어땠어요? 여러분들 오늘 5 confession of gratitude 생각한다. 고백하고 그리고 오늘 하루 잘 마치기를 바란다. 기도할게요. Let's pray. 하나님, 오늘도 부족한 우리들과 함께 해주셔서 감사를 드립니다. 우리가 나누는 이 작은 나눔이 우리 안에, 하나님에 대한 감사로 뿌리내리게 해주시고, 우리 아가페 친구들 한다는 사람, 하나님의 아들, 딸로 이 세상을 잘 살아갈 수 있게 축복해 주시기를 바랍니다. 감사드리는 예수님의 이름으로 기도한다. 아멘.